Hi, guys. Welcome back to High School Friends. It's me and Johnny again, and today we have a very special guest, Lauren Hofstatter. Hi, Lauren. Thank you so much for joining us.
I,
Hi
I think
guys.
we should tell the audience, by the way, that we went to school with Lauren. She's literally our high school friend, and
Yes.
I don't know, since that time, Lauren, you've been up to a lot via your Instagram. Can you just like tell us where you're at right now and how you got here?
Um, Via Instagram or like life?
Life in general,
Let's
but
start with life. Let's start with life.
your
Okay,
Instagram is
so
so cool though.
I agree.
Yeah.
Graduated from high school, went to Michael Esther, got married. Got engaged the January after I got back, so like a year and a half after school ended. Got married June of that year. So I got married like 2 years after school ended, like almost to the day. I remember the night before my wedding, I went to my sister's graduation, the one that's 2 years younger than me.
Mm.
Robin.
And you
Yeah,
guys were
Robin.
dating in high school, right? I
Uh,
remember.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, if you can tell the audience what you do, because I think it's so cool and so
so
interesting and so
these
needed.
days, I am a therapist. I got licensed a couple years ago. I did my I blew through school like right after I finished everything by like mid 2012. Like I didn't stop through having being married and having kids, blah blah blah. Like 2 years ago ish, I started my PhD in clinical sexology. And now I use that to kind of help couples navigate, specifically Orthodox Jewish couples. That's what my Instagram is, but I really work with anybody. You don't have to be Orthodox or Jewish or Orthodox Jewish to work
Yeah.
with me. But very specifically niching into into our community only because no one's doing it and everybody's in the same boat, like with no paddles. So
Yeah.
that is what I do right now.
That's amazing. I
Hmm.
can only imagine all the crazy cases you've seen and all the work you've done. Is there something is there like a common theme throughout the Orthodox Jewish community that you're noticing that you really want to recommend and help work through?
So my common theme that it's not necessarily just Orthodox Jewish community, but it's everybody. Like I see it in people married. Well, that I see more so in the Orthodox Jewish community, the people that are married very short, but even people that are married longer periods kind of forget how to communicate. Like, I'm not even talking about like the intimate, like, I'm not talking about sexual intimacy. I'm talking more so about emotional intimacy. Or like things get busy and they have kids and they do all the things and the things they're supposed to do or whatever that means.
Yeah.
And they like look up one day and they're like, oh crap, like I don't know this dude, like what do I do? Or I don't know my wife, like I don't know anything about her, what do I do? I don't even know her favorite color, what do I do?
What do you recommend for those situations? By the way, sorry, Melissa, I'm taking all the talk.
No, that's okay. I'll ask next. Go for it.
I mean, guys, I'm usually the talker.
Yeah, we know.
um what do I recommend? i mean
Yeah.
yeah, that's the vibe.
What do you recommend for those situations where they're dismissive?
Typically by the time they get to me, like they need couples counseling, they need somebody to help them, and it's more so like I end up becoming a translator because with that
Beautifully.
break of communication comes a lot of resentment, usually on both ends.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, listen, I don't specialize in trauma. That's not what I do, but it's kind of is like a trauma to the relationship. Um, and relearning like how to talk to each other again. But also, I mean, both of you guys, I don't know how long you guys have been married, but you both have kids. So not a long enough time to know this, that like when you met your wife or your husband, like I get a lot of people saying to me, let me just reframe it. I get a lot of people saying to me like, but they changed so much since we've been married. Like I freaking hope so. You're married for 10 years. You got married. I married my husband when I was 20.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. I really hope that in the last 19 years, he's changed for the good, for the bad, for the ugly. Like that's what we're here for. So, like, part of what I do is navigating. First, we have to like navigate the resentment and the feelings, but also trying to give couples perspective and words to say to each other that resonate with the other person. A lot of people forget that like when you're learning how to communicate with your spouse specifically, you have to communicate with them in a way that works for them, not in the way that's easiest for you. And Mel,
Yeah,
I'm sure you see this a lot, you're a therapist, that sometimes
Yeah.
people, meaning Johnny, you might see it too, but this is Mel's job too.
yeah,
People like to communicate in a way that works for them the most naturally because it's the most natural. It feels the easiest, but that sometimes doesn't work in a relationship, in a marriage, with your kids. and you have to navigate that. John, you're in business. I'm sure you see this too.
I just want to say one recommendation I have for my marriage that really works is, I want to say it in a positive. Don't make accusations, but instead of don't make accusations, state your needs. I
Hmm.
have a need to be considered. I have a need to be seen. If I come
Yeah.
to my wife and say, "Oh, you've disrespected me in front of my parents, your parents," she's gonna be like, what are you talking about? Like, no,
Right.
no, I have a
Mhm.
need to be respected. It's like the complete opposite, and you just state what your needs are.
Okay, so here's the thing though, and I
Yeah,
find this specifically a lot with guys actually, so you could speak on this, Johnny. Mel, you could
please.
speak on it too, but he's a guy. Fine. Guys like to use the word respect, but women don't always know what that means. And for different people, it can mean different things.
Right.
So, like for you, respect, just I'm using your example, I like to be spoken to a certain way in front of my parents. For my husband, he couldn't give a crap. And he just wants me to put a plate of food on the table, and that's what makes him happy because that's how he feels loved, which, whatever.
By the way, I'm
So,
similar to that. I was just giving an example before. Yeah.
no, no, but do you hear what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
prefer the
Like,
food.
so for different, like, I don't know how Mel's husband feels, whatever, but for different people, it's
And
different
also different
things.
cultures, I think
Correct.
respect is a
Yeah,
very different thing.
for
So you work
sure.
mostly with couples.
Not necessarily. I mean, right now my caseload is mostly couples. A lot of times I end up meeting with a couple and then speaking to each individual partner
Separate.
individually, just yeah, because they just have like you're watching them. Like now I'm exclusively on Zoom through the summer just because I'm not home. I have an office in near my house in Boca. Um, you like feel like the resent, like oh my god, like these people are. I'm happy we're on Zoom. Like they're gonna stab each other. You know what
Wow.
I mean?
Mhm.
Like I need to like diffuse this
Separate them.
situation. Yeah, for sure. Which by the way, it's so interesting. Guys, if I get too off topic, like it's a thing. But
No, it's okay.
couples
It's interesting.
counseling, they I didn't even know, I forgot who said it. I learned it in my clinical sexology program. There's a couples counselor that recommends, and why is this interesting? Because it's totally a Jewish concept, so weird, that couples, when you're in couples counseling, not to touch each other or even sit next to
Mhm.
each other. Meaning, if you're a
Ah,
couples counselor, don't put both the couple on the same couch. Like put
Oh,
one in a chair.
interesting.
And why? Because that aspect of physical touch does ignite something within a person. So it's just interesting because like that's where it feeds into the
A
whole thing,
Jewish
the whole
concept.
exactly the whole concept of Taras Mishpacha, um, and why. Meaning, when you pull away that physical touch aspect in your relationship, and you're kind of forced to be emotionally intimate with this person, you have to talk to them. You know what I mean? You can't touch them. You got to
Right.
talk
You
to them.
can't use touch as a way to
Exactly. You can't use touch as a
fix
way
it.
to scaffold your relationship. Correct.
do you see most guys struggling with emotional stuff and connecting with their wives? Like, for me, women want to be very emotional, guys not so much.
So you know what? No,
Wow, wonderful.
I had that same feeling. And once, so I opened up my like I've been doing this for a while, but my Instagram only exploded like December, like Hanukkah-ish time, like December-ish, November-ish.
Hanukkah present.
Yeah, sure. Um, and I started seeing more and more that guys were feeling like they wanted to emotionally connect with their spouses, but they didn't know how. So like they had all these emotions like
They didn't
floating
have the
around.
tools.
Exactly. But no, guys are highly emotional creatures too. I was actually shocked.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Maybe not you, Johnny, other people.
I'm super.
What's the common theme in the community in your head?
I always get like, okay, guys, so I'm trying to be like a PR sensitive these days, so I'm not going to say like inappropriate words.
You could.
Um, so we're just going to use the word intimacy,
Okay.
but people present to me 90% of the time, if it's the guy that's reaching out, my wife doesn't want to be intimate with me anymore. What's going on? I don't understand. It's never about that. Never. I haven't had one, actually, wait, hold on. I had one case where unfortunately the wife was suffering. They had just gotten married. They were married like under 6 months. She had a severe pelvic floor dysfunction. Severe.
Mm,
And no one told her about it. And she was kind of like, to make a long story short, until she got to me, she had like a tremendous amount of trauma, etc., from the whole situation, and we had to navigate that. Now she, Baruch Hashem, she's doing fine. So that case, fine. There was definitely a physical component there, but most of the time, it's never about that ever. There's always some kind of like emotional disconnect because for women, I think for some guys too, like intimacy begins outside the bedroom. It's
Oh,
totally,
100%. Yeah.
yeah. Yep.
Is it for men as well, by the way?
I mean, you tell me, Johnny, if your wife treats you like crap in the kitchen and then
Of
expects
course
you to
not. Yeah,
be
yeah.
okay, but that's what I'm saying. Meaning, I get a lot of that. Like my husband, I don't know, Mel, I'm sure you see this too, but like everybody loves to throw around these words. Like, no, everyone's a narcissist. Everyone's
Yeah.
gaslighting everybody. Like, what do these
Yeah.
words even mean? Right, exactly.
I
Like,
don't
it's
even
not
know.
right. So I looked it up actually, whatever. You could, it's an easy chat GPT search in terms of what gaslighting means, but whatever. So I get a lot of people that are from usually from women. I don't know if that's really a thing though. Maybe more guys would reach out. Just saying, like, my husband's expecting me to like be this exciting person in the bedroom, but I feel completely disrespected outside the bedroom.
Huh.
Yeah.
So
I
what
think
is happening?
I think men, I don't know, this could be a generalization, but maybe you've seen this too. Like men can, there doesn't have to be a connection where with women, it's like they can't just turn that off, like what happened all day.
Correct. Oh, well,
I
not only that. Well, yeah, go Johnny, you're a dude.
I think it's about drive, meaning some people in the relationships have a high drive, some people have a less drive, and it's trying to meet each other
Well,
someplace.
no. What if you have a
I
woman
don't think
that
it's
has
about drive.
I've seen women that have pretty high drive,
No, no,
dude.
no,
Like,
I'm in agreement, but in
yeah.
in certain situations, you wanted a lot more, she maybe wanted a lot less, so you're trying to navigate through that, I think.
It's part of it, but I think that
Johnny, is this
I
making
don't
you
know.
uncomfortable having to talk about intimacy with two women?
No, no, not at all. I feel like we're back in high school. We're like on the bus or chilling like outside of the dance class. It's all good.
By the way, I never thought I would choose this as a career path ever in my life. I don't think anybody ever thought I'd be a therapist, a person that listens to other people. Yeah, right.
If
No way.
if if I
I
would
could
have had
see
to
it.
guess, I would have totally said sex therapist. Like if I had to guess,
Stop it. You're such a liar. By the way, oh my God. Well, I mean, I don't care. But my mother-in-law had my yearbook to like, I don't know, 5 years ago. Like it was just in her house. She had like a box of my
Yeah,
crap
yeah.
after my parents sold their house, whatever. And she shipped me my yearbook.
we were
Big
kids.
mistake. I had to hide it. No, there was some really I didn't even remember it. It was like, what, I don't know, 15 years. Super, but then super inappropriate stuff. But I found Dr. Hal Levy was in there. It was very exciting. It was when he was my kid's principal. And
Amazing.
then he left us. It's fine.
Oh.
Yeah,
But
he
yeah.
did a great he did a great like 20-year reunion, or 25-year reunion. Like we couldn't make the
Not
20-year, we
yet.
had to do the 25-year.
Was it
Like 20.
25 even? Come on, Johnny, relax. God.
25, it's 20 years.
I not even we just hit 20 years. We graduated in '04.
Yeah, stop making us so old.
No.
Okay, I have a question.
Go for it.
If like I know we don't want to generalize, but like within the Orthodox Jewish community, what are like the main things that you're seeing or that stands out to you that you say like, hey, this is something I feel like there needs to be a change of this on a community level. Like, is there anything that you
Teaching,
see?
yeah, teaching anatomy and physiology and biology. Like people
Oh
don't
wow, like
have,
simple stuff like that.
I mean, not so simple. Like people don't have on both sides, by the way. Like I literally have like a slideshow of anatomy and sexual anatomy and physiology because I have clients that quite literally like don't know how anything works.
Wow.
Like
Because
very,
nobody
very
ever
literally.
taught them.
Um,
They grew up in a
that,
bubble,
well,
potentially.
no, I have people that are super modern, people that have gone to schools like we did, and they just don't know. Meaning, if nobody, I don't know, if
I
nobody teaches
I
you
see
how
the
to do
value.
it,
Yeah, I see the value of
right,
what you're providing.
right. And
Are
then
you?
yeah,
Yeah, sorry, go ahead. I was
no, I
gonna
was going
say,
to
yeah,
say,
no, go ahead, go.
it's part of what I teach when I teach brides. Like now I do college classes. So
Oh,
when I teach
nice.
a bride, all the halachos and all that, like I do, like in our second class, depending on who the bride is, meaning depending on how sheltered they are, what their community is. Like I'm not going to whip out that slideshow in class 1 for a Hasidish bride. Not smart. Like that would be traumatizing. So I don't do that. But it's something that's part of what I teach, just because there really are people that don't know. There really are.
So, okay, for example, the chassid, like how do they figure it out? Is this just trial and error?
They don't.
They
They
don't.
want to know why their wives are not enjoying it in the same way that they are.
Mm,
Or I get calls. I've gotten these phone calls, like people married. I don't want to say specifically Hasidim. I've
no.
seen it. I've seen it in every sect of Judaism, whatever you want to call them, whatever you want to say, meaning every sect, every level of religiousness. People on both sides, honestly, men and women, people not getting what they need,
Like physically.
emotionally, whatever it is. They don't have a way to talk to their partner. And this is, guys, I don't want to say it, but it's happening everywhere. I'm sure it's happening in your communities too.
Totally.
Infidelity is happening.
Yeah.
Or like I had somebody call me, married for 40 years. I don't even know who it was. It was a consult call. And wanted to try some things that were a little bit outside the box to even what we would think is outside the box, okay? And he said to me, "Okay, so can you convince my wife to do this?" And I could hear from the accent that I wasn't convincing his wife to do anything, but also you don't convince another adult to do something. Fine. And I said, whatever. I gave him an answer, and I said, "Okay, what have you been doing up till now? You're married for 40 years." It's like, "Oh no, I have a friend who like helps me, but it's okay." I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, "When did you meet up with this friend?" He's like, 38 years ago.
Wow.
He's been cheating on his wife for 38
Does
years.
she know?
I don't think so. Probably not.
Wow.
Probably not. Yeah, probably
You
not.
see
And
all
again,
sorts-
what?
You see all sorts of cases like this.
Mhm.
It's amazing how much trust you have to build for them to open up to you like this, or are they just like an open book waiting to tell you?
So when no, thank God, thank God or not thank God, but since my Instagram opened,
People are very comfortable.
yeah, people are very, well, no, the NGLs, they're for sure comfortable because they're anonymous. Right. But sometimes I've gotten messages, I've gotten like okay, like, I don't know. Yeah, people will reach out to me directly, or I'll say like, follow this up with an email. I don't know. Like there are some things, like I'm sure you guys know. There's a lot of NGLs up there, but some of them I can't answer them. And then Mel, I don't know if this resonates with you as a therapist, but like then I get slammed for answering a question with a question. I'm like, guys.
By the way, how would you describe to the audience what an NGL is?
Not gonna lie, it is a anonymous link that you can post. I used to do them much more often than I do it now. I probably should do it more often because summer is
how do you have
slow.
time? It's so many of them.
So that's why I started moving them over to only Saturday nights. Like now it's actually slow. I don't know what you're seeing, Mel, but like therapists.
Summers are slower.
Yeah, summers are slower for sure. People go on vacation, and then like September hits and they're like, "Oh my God, I just like put my mental health on a shelf and now you need to take me back right now." And I'm like, "Okay, calm down. Like I'm not, whatever." It ended up, this was good because I have 10 kids and I have to prioritize that at some point. Like being a mother is really important. And not so much my younger kids, but my older kids were feeling it a lot. And now I'm sending my daughter off to seminary at the end of August. Like I have to like get my act together.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
How about marriage? Like you have 10 children, you have this growing practice. How do you connect with your husband? How do you guys have time and
Okay, full transparency.
Full. Super full.
Sometimes we have to schedule time.
Yeah.
Like because he runs his own company.
Wonderful.
That he's been doing since we got, it shifted around a little bit, whatever, but he's been running the same sort of business since we got married. And I only really went full blown into private practice like 3 years ago. I was working a little bit, but like I had maybe a little less than 3 years. I had my last baby she turned 3 this past May. So like I had a newborn and she has a medical condition. Baruch Hashem, she's healthy, but she has a medical condition. So I couldn't do it. Every time I tried to go back to work, one of my kids would be like, "Mommy, like, it's okay. You're so tired from playing with other people's kids." I was like, what? Like, it was horrible. They would say like all the things. So I had to stop. And then in the beginning, I wasn't as full. Now I'm very full. Summer's slower, whatever. There was a time, there have been times where I'm like, I'll text my husband and be like, "We haven't talked all day. Like, do you have a half hour? Like, I'm free. Like, let's do a Zoom." Like, I'm not even joking. But sometimes we have to do that. And like, you have to make your marriage a priority. But I'll be honest with you, like everyone's like, "Oh, do you do date night?" No, because date night is stupid if you just pick yourself up and move locations to a restaurant and also not talk to each other.
And like pick up a phone and everyone has a phone in front of them anyway.
Exactly. That's something that's so hard for me. But like so that's what we started doing. Like half hour a night, we both put our phones down, like face flat. I have no excuses because most of my kids are here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like somebody is dying within 30 minutes, like they can call my oldest kid. They'll figure out a way to find me. Like I'm not that far. Um, and that's how we do it. We really have to like focus and prioritize. Even though my husband makes fun of me that like my favorite line is like when I'm sitting like this and he's talking to me, I'm like and like I'll be like, okay, and I'll be like, you're not listening to me. I'm like, no, I am. I'm multitasking. I'm a woman. I could do that. I can't
Yeah.
multitask. It's horrible. I used to be really good at it in high school. It's gotten progressively worse. I don't know. It's because I'm getting older. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Um,
feel like that's a
can I
farce.
ask, I wanted to ask you a question. Like, if there is like one or two pieces of advice you feel like you could give couples that you feel like would be kind of universal and help most of them, what do
Mhm.
you think it would be?
Number one, for sure, learn how to communicate with your partner in the way that they need,
Mm.
not in the way that's easiest and most natural for you, which
How
that's
do I
hard.
identify with that?
You
Meaning,
have to, okay, so you have to, so here's how I always start with couples, okay? Um, I'll freeze it that way, and then I'll say to them, I want you to each like extract the romanticism for 1 second and think about what you get out of your close friendships. Because I'm going to make the assumption that Johnny, your good friend, is not a woman. That would be a different conversation that we have to have. And Mel,
well,
that
that's a
you're
good
very
one.
close, intimate
Yeah.
friends. I mean, okay, like
But we're 3,000 miles apart.
that doesn't
Yeah.
make a difference,
We don't really hang
unfortunately.
out.
I wish that made a difference. It doesn't make it.
No, no, I'm
You know
joking.
what I mean by close. I mean, you can there's still a boundary there
Of
between
course.
considering emotional intimacy. Fine. So, I say, what do you feel like you like fills your, I hate the word fills your cup. It's again like narcissism and gaslighting, but whatever. Like, what do you feel like you get emotionally from that friendship?
Did I answer?
And
Or
you can go for it.
sure, like we can say trust, respect, a place like a person to like hear my bullshit. I don't know. Like, of
Okay, but that would be something you'd want from your wife, right?
course.
Okay, plus the romantic aspect of it. Okay, great. So that's typically where I reframe it for couples to kind of think like, take out your partner. Like, I don't necessarily care about the partner right now. Like, I want you to kind of think about what your needs are from relationships, period. And then we can move forward. That's how like the path kind of begins. And they're like, oh, I never thought about it like that. I'm like, yeah. Because how
I
the
think,
heck, like, Mel, how are you supposed to figure out what Johnny needs from your friendship if he doesn't even know what he needs from your friendship?
right, how am I supposed to know what my spouse needs if they don't
Correct.
articulate it or even know what they need?
Correct. So opening that level of communication, but also kind of for I don't know what that was. Something went off. Forcing couples to like think within themselves. What are my needs from this relationship?
I just want to also
That would be
communicate
number
something.
one.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off. I just want to communicate something to the audience. I feel like we hit on
Go for it.
something. Like so many people are struggling to
Johnny,
find.
you're echoing a little bit. Are you echoing
What?
from Lauren too?
I don't hear the echoing, but something
Okay,
he
sorry.
turned
So
on
keep
and
going.
off.
I
I don't know.
apologize.
So many people are struggling to find their person
Oh,
to
it's
get
delayed.
married. Is it delayed?
Now you're delayed.
Hold
I
on.
think. Yeah.
Hold on,
Johnny,
guys.
stop working while we're multitasking. Multitasking. You think
Just
we don't
testing
notice?
things
We
out.
notice your eyes looking all over the place. I do this to my husband
Testing
too.
things out. Is it better now?
Yeah.
No, you're echoing.
Oh, I don't hear the
Okay,
echo. I don't hear the echo
go.
anymore.
Just go. Go make.
So I feel like so many people, younger than us, are struggling to find, or there's a lot of people we can say struggling to find their match, their
Mm.
zivug. Um, I just like for me, a recommendation always is to find the person for yourself is to find a friend. Like you're literally, for me and my wife, I can say that the only time we actually argue is something to do with the kids, and that's like that doesn't happen very often. She sees the kids going one direction, I see them going a different direction, but really the marriage is based on a whole slew of friendship.
Correct.
And I don't think that comes very naturally to people like, oh, I'm
It
supposed to attract this other person. And it's like, oh, I need them to like me and think I'm handsome or pretty, blah, blah, blah. No, but you're literally creating a friendship here. So, I
right.
mean,
I think that's what people forget, that the basis of romantic relationships is friendship. They forget that. And I actually just
right?
got a DM.
Intimacy wise, also. Like,
Yeah, everything.
you want to be intimate with someone, it's about friendship. It's not just like, oh, I'm going to be handsome, you're going to be pretty, and we're going to figure it out.
No, right. Because if that was the case, then like it'd be very easy, but it's not. I just got a DM today. Somebody messaged me asking me, I've been dating a guy for a while. I think it's shidduchim. It sounded like she's like been dating like shidduch-wise. So like probably no physical intimacy there. He's great. He checks all my boxes, but there's no spark. So I said to her, and I don't know this person, keep in mind, I said, do you want me to be honest with you? And so she, I don't know, she didn't respond, but I just responded like, I don't know, an hour ago. She said, yeah, please be brutally honest. And I said, I'm going to be honest with you. If you're dating already a couple of dates, because again, shidduchim is accelerated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're dating a couple of dates already, 8 to 10 dates, and there's no spark, it's not coming. Move on. It's most likely not coming.
So why do women put themselves in that situation of like, oh, I'm hoping there's going to be a spark. I'm hoping there's going to be a spark.
Exactly what you're saying, that so many people, unfortunately, have not been able to find their partner. So when they find someone that checks the boxes, they're like, okay, I'm just gonna set. I don't want to say settle. Chas v'shalom. Some of
Yes,
these
I
marriages,
get it.
like they're meant to happen. All these every. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is, if you're dating somebody for, I would say, the shidduch world, 8 to 10 dates, it's probably like
A lot.
9 months to a year in the
Regular world.
average culture. So would you say, if you're dating somebody for 9 months to a year and there's no spark there, there's no emotional connection, no, like why are you still there? So some
Yeah.
people don't like to hear that, but
Well, do you find that I find that with women, it's more likely that like physical into like that connection or attraction can grow, but I feel like with men, I don't know, this is what I found that with men it's like when they're not attracted, they're not attracted. But women sometimes like when somebody's like a great person in so many ways, that attraction comes. But I guess not
sometimes,
after 8 to 10 dates. Like it should have
right?
come by now.
After 8 to 10 dates, it should have come, but also,
I think that's why women keep going when you ask like why keep dating because I think women it's like you said it's so much more than just physical for us. Like it's
right,
so
it's
much
the
more
emotional
emotional.
intimacy piece, and if she's not feeling a spark after that many dates, yeah, Johnny, I don't know. Honestly, I think people unfortunately are starting to get a little bit desperate. I think that's kind of what's happening. And for women, obviously, there's a concept of like the clock is ticking, fertility, blah blah blah. But I have friends having babies in their 40s, so I don't know why that clock ends. Yeah, I don't know. And I had a baby past 35. I mean, she ended up having a medical condition, but it had nothing to do with me being 37. Nothing to do with anything. I could have had this when I was 20, when I had my first, 21, sorry. Um, so yeah, there is this concept of, women have, but it's interesting. They say this concept for women is a thing, fertility, but it's also a thing for men. Like after a certain point, like sperm
Yeah,
starts
yeah.
breaking down and having multiple tails and like broken, I don't know, like they're not healthy either. So like it's a concept for everybody. So I don't know. I don't know, but people are definitely starting to get desperate. And some people, unfortunately, like, and not just in the Hasidic community, I see it in other communities too. They're kind of pushed into a marriage because they're getting older, on both sides, by the way, either a guy or a girl, both sides. Like Hasidic guys get married at 18. They walk out of the base medrash, they're getting married.
Then,
And they have no clue how to talk to their partners. No concept. They're very, very happy to open up a Gemara. They have no idea how to talk to their partners. And it's interesting because I had a few Hasidic clients, guys, tell me that why so many guys join Chaverim and Hatzalah and they're in the base medrash? To get away from their wives.
huh?
Womp womp. That's so sad. Like, learn how to talk to your wife. It's so sad. It's so sad.
But I think like at the core of Judaism, right? Like I feel like so much of it is about how to have a healthy relationship with your spouse.
Yeah.
And I wonder why that's not translating correctly within our communities. Like if the core of our religion, it's so important for us, like that, we really believe in the connection between husband and wife and how holy and important this relationship is, like I don't know, how does that translate into our communities? How do we make that stick more, especially in Orthodox and like traditional and observant
Right.
communities?
I
I
feel if,
don't, yeah,
I,
Johnny.
me personally, I feel if you're emotionally not healthy within yourself, Like
That's a
if
very
you're
good point.
loving yourself, if you don't have a good relationship with yourself, it's very difficult to have a good relationship with someone else.
Right. And a lot of people think that like getting married is gonna like quote unquote
Solve
fix
their
their
problems.
yeah, and it really doesn't. It just
It
actually
just
It
doesn't.
highlights them.
magnifies it.
Hmm.
I heard a beautiful story about the Rebbe's wife. She basically said the Rebbe is my mirror. Like they asked her about her husband, and she's like, the Rebbe's my mirror. If he's in pain, I'm in pain. If he's happy, I'm happy.
So
And that
beautiful.
is literally like that. Like the person that I look at is my mirror.
Okay, but that scares me a little bit
Why?
because I don't like if my husband is sad, I don't want to feel sad. I want to be able to build
It's
him up.
Like a
yeah,
sense of self for yourself
Exactly.
and your
Meaning
own
the mirror
identity.
concept is good, but when there's, which I'm sure we've all dealt with, we're not in high school anymore, hard things, you don't necessarily want a mirror. Like I know for me when with my husband when we've dealt with some really tough things that like I never thought I would ever deal with ever in my life, um he was able to be there for me and you know what I'm saying? And again, I see it time and time again. Like I'm really blessed in that way. We definitely work really hard on our relationship and sometimes it's not great and sometimes it is great and that's what marriage
Has
is. But
seasons.
yeah, but it's funny like we talked about it recently and it's just interesting how like places where I feel extremely over the top stressed and triggered and all the words like he's like, "Yeah, I'm cool." Like he's the most chiller on the planet. But like when I'm giving birth, he's like bugging out, like, oh my God, like what are all these things and the tubes and the yeah, like no, I can't. I'm like, okay, don't
concern.
come. Like, don't come. Like I bring him up. I asked you, Johnny, did your wife not pack you snacks? Like, what is this? Come
No, my
on.
wife didn't pack me snack.
I literally had to pack him snack like a little bag with like snacks and like
Oh
make sure the
wow.
Wi-Fi was work like you don't even know. After baby like number 2, I was like, all
Do you,
right, well, yeah.
Now you know how to
Mm-hmm.
deal with him.
do
Mm-hmm.
you think divorce is ever healthy?
Yeah.
Do you see committed people getting divorced?
Committed? What do you mean? Committed to the
Like
concept of
they're very
marriage or
committed
to
to the
each?
relationship, but at a certain point they say, you know what, better alone than together.
No, I don't see people that are fully committed. And when there's, okay, so let me just think how I want to phrase this. I don't see people when they're fully committed and it's healthy, they're trying to work on learning how to communicate with each other, them choosing divorce. But I would much rather two happy homes than one really crappy one. Like
Yeah.
that whole concept of staying together for the kids, like research shows that that is not healthy if the house is toxic. It's not healthy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, my parents got divorced while I was engaged, and I wish they would have gotten divorced when I was in high school. It would have made a lot more sense.
Hmm.
It just ended up causing trauma between them, trauma for me and my sisters, all the things that, like, now, cool, at 38, I'm going to deal with.
There was a great
39.
podcast I listened to like the other day, and the guy basically said, the best thing for you to do in regards to being a father or a mother, you have to come with like the healthiest energy possible. That doesn't
Hmm.
mean that you're with them all the time. It just means that you're a happy person and that when you're around them, you give that energy and light over to them.
Right.
That
Because
was like a difficult one for me to hear because like I'm always with my kids for the most part, and like I never realized the importance of like no, sometimes you actually need time for yourself to go and like figure out your happiness, and your kids will be okay, and then you come back with like your energetic thing.
Yeah.
how
So
old
I
is your
work with
oldest, Johnny?
marriage. What was that?
How old is your oldest?
My oldest is he's about to be 7, so
Okay,
they're all
so just wait, dude. They're not, he's not even noticing enough yet. You have 4 kids
yeah.
under 7?
I do.
Damn. You're almost like me. Good for you.
Almost there. Just
Oh,
6 kids away.
you're halfway there. No, I had like
A little less than half.
I had four under four for a while. I
Four
had
under
four.
four. Wow.
Yeah, I had 4 under 4
You
for
know, Ori
Oh.
has 4 under 4, and when I see him with his kids, I thank God that I'm not him.
No, my husband literally, because it was a fast day on Sunday and I had like so much stuff to do. I'm like, and he's fasting, by the way. I'm like, okay, bro, go figure out these kids. He didn't only take my 4 kids, he took other people's kids with him to the puppy farm.
Wow.
And
Wow.
my friend, like the other women that his whose kid, they're texting me to like, your husband is like a tzaddik. I'm like, yeah, he's pretty cool.
Total tzaddik vibes.
I like him.
Yeah.
I'll keep him. But yeah, well, like yeah, my husband, he could have 50 kids. Unfortunately, he can't have multiple wives.
Is there situations in your therapy because I read your NGLs.
Hmm.
I'm the best way to describe it is it's out of my comfort zone even, and I have a pretty large comfort zone. Is there ever a time where you're like, holy shit, I can't answer what you're
Yeah.
asking?
But then I say it.
It's like,
Yeah, sometimes you say it.
is it ever
But then
too
I'll post
much?
it and be like, hey, so like we need to chat. Please send me a DM. This would be inappropriate for me to answer on a public forum like this. But you can DM me. You can
But
private,
I'm shocked at like what people are comfortable at just asking you.
It's I mean people yeah.
Can we
I,
give a couple of examples to the audience?
I don't think you want me to. It's really bad. They're so
What's the
bad.
worst one ever? Tell us.
God. I mean, I love this new picture of you. I used it last night, like for self-pleasure. Yeah, Mel. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I've gotten that a few times. I've gotten a lot of like, can I marry your daughter? My oldest. Which, but like in a super inappropriate manner, the way they were messaging me. I get a lot of people, like when a question is super inappropriate, I don't even post it. Like I'm not, and also the questions that I've answered 3,000 times, I'm not posting either. And some of the questions also are, the halachos are kind of, because that's what I do, meaning I have two hats. I have the clinical hat, three hats actually, the clinical hat, the woman wife hat, and the halachic hat. So like when someone asks me a question, depending on how
it's... Are you a yoetzet? Like,
no.
are you? No, you're not.
No. You what said? Somebody who could do like vaginal checks, like that type of thing.
It's like somebody who answers halachic questions for women when it comes to like Tarat Mishpacha.
Right, but you could.
But you're not a rebbitzin either. Meaning your husband's not a rabbi. Okay. You have rebbitzin vibes.
Do I?
You do.
Guys, I am the furthest thing from a rebbitzin beyond. But that's so funny. I have rebbitzin vibe. I have to tell my husband that. He's gonna be like, what do you mean? No, I'm not a yoetzet because a yoetzet typically is a like a medical practitioner, either a nurse or like
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like an EMT, because they don't just look at Badika cloths. Like, could I theoretically look at a Badika cloth because of my knowledge of Taras Mishpacha that I just finished this class? Yeah, I probably could. I won't. I'll be like, hey, go take it to the rabbi next door. Like, I don't feel comfortable doing that. I don't even do it for myself, meaning I take it to my Rav. But I don't even remember what the point of this was. Bottom line, yeah, so the halachic hat, fine. So when I answer these questions, I kind of get a vibe for the feeling of what they want to ask me. But some of these things, like I've answered the same question 50 times, so I stop answering it and I skip it, but then they'll keep asking me same question. Like I'll see it because the way NGL works, I mean, whatever, it's an app, and it sends it to me. I can answer the question, not on Instagram, but it'll post it on, like it feeds over to Instagram. Fine. So sometimes I'll just skip a question, but then I'll see it come back. And I'm like, dude,
leave
I can't message you. Yeah, I'm like, I can't message you answering your questions about oral for the 15th time or where things go. I've answered this so many times. But again, the NGLs are not super organized, which they're never going to be because I have no executive functioning.
I know we have to like wrap it up soon, but
yeah,
my question is that do you feel like it would help if within our communities we were talking more openly with our children about intimacy and all of those things? Like, how do you feel about that?
I think it could go either way. That's the problem. I think I'll tell you what I do for my own kids, honestly.
Yeah.
Of my 5 oldest, I would say the 6 oldest. The youngest is 10 to 18. 2 girls, 2 boys, 2 girls. Those kids know everything because they're old enough to understand.
But do they ask you? How do you reach the point where they know everything?
They ask me. I try to make it very open with my kids.
That's what I'm saying. So there's definitely a level of comfort.
Yeah, but they also know that
they feel like they can ask you.
For sure, but they also know they shouldn't be the kid on the playground. Like, my mommy just told me. Blah.
Right.
No.
Right.
Like, this is like I explain to them that this is private. Like, it's for me, you and Abba can have this conversation. Like, I don't want you talking to your sister about it. I don't want you, whatever. Like, that would be inappropriate. And honestly, there have been times where like I don't even tell my husband this, but whatever, my 7-year-old, because I know I give Rebbitzin vibes, but my kids have iPads, Johnny. We are pro electronics in this family. Whether or not you guys can, whatever. And my 7-year-old looked up on YouTube Kids like, mommy's and daddy's kissing. She's 7.
What can
like, I don't even know. Bad. Nothing. No. I asked my son noticed it because he was going to give my other child the iPad. He's like, Mom, you have to see this. He's 15. Okay. The bro Yeah, no.
He
He's
knows.
15. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. And he showed it to me and I'm like, it's okay. Like, whatever. He's like, don't make a big deal. I'm like, what? Am I
Have you
giving him
seen
up
my
the
Instagram? You think I'm gonna make a big deal
No,
about this?
he hasn't seen my Instagram. The
Oh,
only one that
Uh,
follows me is my 18-year-old. She's over
okay.
18, like fine, and sometimes she finds it highly embarrassing. Like, mommy, you shouldn't
Yeah.
answer this. Actually, somebody asked me this if I'm worried about my kids shidduchim because of my
Yeah.
page, and I said, I hope they're worried. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, I really hope that whoever marries my kids like knows exactly what I do for a living and that I value communication and intimacy with my children's marriages and relationships. And I'm watching you.
Yeah.
I know what a healthy relationship looks like. Yeah, and if you can't
Yeah.
provide that for my kid, then it's not for them. That's
Yeah.
it.
But I'm wondering, like, that whole, like, if there is more openness and communication within our homes, where there isn't this level of embarrassment or stigma around talking about intimacy. You know what I mean? I think,
Yeah, but there's a boundary there because definitely
no,
within the
for sure,
Orthodox Jewish,
boundaries.
yeah, like I don't like yuck. Like my kids thought we separated the beds. She just told me this. My 18-year-old thought until she was like 11 that we separated the beds when we were in a fight.
Oh,
She's like, well, keep in mind, guys, by the time she was 11, she had 8 siblings or 7 siblings. So like it was very seldom separated. Okay. Like I was pregnant a lot of that time. So she, and she was, I don't even remember how the conversation came up that she was like, oh yeah, I finally realized it was because of like Taras Mishpacha that you do that. I'm like, that's weird. Like it's weird. But again, like, yeah, I do, it has to be a conversation that you have knowing your kids. Like there's no like, global conversation or way to prepare parents. Like, here's how you have this conversation with your child. Every kid is so different. That's the problem.
yeah. Yeah.
You know, some
But
kids are
even
more
the
ready
fact
than
that
others.
you're open with your
Yeah,
kids.
but sometimes it backfires on me. Like,
So,
um, without giving too much information, one of my kids was doing something inappropriate and then told my husband that the reason they did that was because I taught them how to. And I was like, huh? Like, what? Like, what? So I asked the person what they were talking about. And they were like, yeah, mommy, when you told me, and I'm like, I'm really sorry, but take ownership for your things, okay? Like, come on. Like, we're not going to live in a world where we don't take ownership for our actions. We're going to live in that world. Like, I'm very into that with my kids. Like, we very much brought up our children, and even their principals at their schools tell me that, like, the Hofstetter kids will tell the truth, even if they get in trouble, because they know if they lie, it's way worse. They're way worse off. The punishment's way worse. Like, there are times where I did not, meaning I'm very into positive reinforcement, but I did not take something, I don't know, whatever, punish. I don't know what that even means, but punish them, or they didn't get repercussions. Let's use the repercussions. There were no repercussions when we caught them in something because they were honest, as opposed to us finding out about something after the fact. And again, they test us. My daughter's 18. You don't think she tests me? She tests me all the time. But okay. Sometimes we have to, there's repercussions for our actions, you know? But yeah.
consequences.
Consequences is a good one. Yeah, consequences, good one.
That's positive.
Mm-hmm. I mean, sort of. Are consequences positive? I don't know.
I'd say so.
I don't know.
It seems like you're raising them in good values.
I'm trying. I don't know. Maybe in 10 years from now, when my daughter's turning 28, she'll be like, my mother's the worst. Probably.
Do you ever feel like you have so many kids at this point? God bless you, may you have many more. Is there enough time for each one? That's the concern for me. Like if I have
There's not
more,
enough time. There's not enough time. There's never enough time.
there's never enough time.
No, you could have one kid and there's not enough time. There's never enough time.
It's like how do I help them support their needs when they're growing in number? You know what I
There's
mean?
never enough time, Johnny. And you know what the problem is also? What works for one doesn't work for the next one, or the third one, or the fourth one, and maybe will work for the fifth one, and then doesn't work. But like, it's like you're writing your own manual for each kid. So you could try what works with your son, might not work with your baby. You don't know.
You're right.
It just doesn't. There's no like one size fits all formula for like how to parent each kid with their own individual needs. There really isn't. I mean, I think that's where we get the concept of like I mean, you guys both have siblings. I know Mel, you have a sister. You also, okay. I'm guessing that you guys are different, but like
Very.
you were raised by the same parents. Like, how does this happen? Well, we all have different needs and we're raised differently. And like what works for my sister doesn't work for me. So like, okay.
Right.
You're so
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. I mean, that's the reality.
I feel like to raise children, you need a whole bunch of amuna because
Beyond. And it's
without
something I
that,
struggle with. It's not so simple. It's something I struggle with because that whole concept of I say this a lot and it's come up a lot, that concept of like when is it enough effort? I actually just spoke to Esther about this the other day because she is a Rebbitzin. So I spoke to her the other day
we
and I
should have.
said, and like she has 7 kids and they run a cure organization out of LA.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how the heck do you do this, dude? Like I have more kids than you, fine. I have more expenses. Like at what point is it like I work enough, I work hard enough to then leave it up to Hashem? And she said, today, right now. And I said, what do you mean? And she's like, you're a vessel for Hashem, not the other way around. If Hashem gave you the kids, he's going to give you the kayach to raise them and give you whatever you guys need. And it
So,
shifted focus for me.
Yeah.
And
It's
and the
exactly
only
what you need to
exactly,
get
and
there.
the only thing you could do is ask. And okay. In whatever words, meaning you don't have to open up a sitter and do the whole thing, like in whatever way you need, in whatever way you can. I have tons of clients that are Jewish, not from, don't know how to read Hebrew, and they'll pray in their own words and like I'm so down. That's great. But
Lauren,
again, kind of shifting that focus to like I'm the vessel more so than like I have to keep going and going and going. Like I mean, you guys know me. It's very hard for
yeah.
me to slow down. I only do things big.
Would you say that since high school you've had a very happy experience? Is it a joyful house, would you say? How do you
For
work
the
with
most part. Yeah. I mean, I only have one product, Johnny. I only have one kid that graduated so far. Like I still have a bunch coming off the pipeline. But so far, the one that's a product that, because I definitely hold that like once your kids hit a certain age, and not 18, I mean like 14, 15, 16, depending boy or girl, depending on maturity, that you have to hope you gave your kid the right values to like fly in the world and like make good choices. You can't control everything.
Yeah.
So I think that's how I'm able to have this many kids. But also this didn't come easily to me. Like relinquishing control in this way did not come easily to me. Like, okay, go make the mistakes, go fall on your face, and then come back and be like, Mommy, what do I do? Okay.
I can't
We'll figure it
imagine
out.
the stories. I can't imagine the
Oh,
stories.
there. Everything you're thinking, Johnny, has happened in my home.
It's nuts.
I mean, maybe not everything. Actually, that's a very, very big statement. Thank God
Yeah.
my kids,
But all the usual things.
yeah, the usual things. I mean, listen, my kids are definitely in a more yeshivish environment than we were all raised in. So like fine.
Is that a healthy thing, would you say, looking back, your experience compared to theirs?
I mean, I definitely think that I agree with like I don't remember which teacher said it. Plenty of them. I don't know if they said it to the boys, but like there's no such thing as platonic relationships. I get it. Like, okay. I get it. Meaning I'm not friends with dudes. I'm just not. Meaning I have colleagues that I work with. Like it happens to be like at this point I only work with men, which is interesting. They're just easier
Right.
to deal with. I'll be so straight. Like Mel, you're awesome, but like there are some women that are just cuckoo and like I can't do it. Like I
Oh,
can't deal with like the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
emotional like I'm not your therapist. Like you work for me, like cool. We have to separate that. But
Yeah.
more so the concept of like giving over your emotional, meaning everybody only operates with a certain amount of emotional availability, let's say, right? So you're giving that over to so many people.
guys, is it cool if we go over?
Yeah, I'm going to tell my client that I'm running 5 minutes late.
Yeah. We
Do you
can
have a
run
client,
5
Mel?
minutes late. I have a client, but yeah.
I'm going to just tell her I'm 5 minutes late. Bottom line, I think sorry. I think there is a concept of being able to have a relationship with the opposite sex. It's more so you have to be really careful and you have to be really strong in your own marriage. I mean,
Really?
yeah, you have to. It's something, it's not, I don't know, guys, like it's happening everywhere and like all different types,
Yeah.
all different,
I get it. It's like creating boundaries around yourself
correct.
with the opposite sex.
I mean,
That's important.
that's what it is. That's the whole point. Yeah. I mean, meaning you have boundaries with your husband. You shouldn't have boundaries with like Johnny. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it's not
Yeah.
okay. And like, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all those things they were saying are actually kind of true and like, okay.
Lauren, I just want to say I'm so impressed by you. Like
Thanks.
it's really, really nice to listen to you and Yeah.
I mean, the level of imposter syndrome, guys. How did we get here?
Yeah.
What the
What are
heck,
you,
man?
what are you, Mel, what are you acknowledging her for?
Um,
I'm gonna cry. Why are you putting me in this position?
We
no,
want
because really, I think it's amazing. Like you sound like you're really working hard to like build a career, raise your children. Like
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
it is
And
yeah,
beautiful.
Chastai Hashem.
you should know that you're very smart.
Yeah, I don't know how. I'd be so honest. I really don't know how I got here. Like, I kind of look around and I'm like, what happened? Like, people ask me all the time, how'd you have so many kids? They just kept coming out. I don't know. Like, I don't know
So,
how it happened. I don't know.
by the way,
Just
Mel was like, we need to have Lauren on. We need to have Lauren on. And I'm like, Lauren, like the girl from
Why?
high school. And then she showed me your Instagram, and I'm like,
First
wow,
of all,
this is
bro, I
really,
was the queen and I'm still the queen.
you are the queen. But she showed me your Instagram, and I basically was like, wow, this is so, it's so
it's really
needed.
interesting.
Hmm.
It's so needed.
Yeah.
But I see, okay, my marriage, thank God I'm in a healthy situation. I see so many other people struggling with intimacy, connection, relationships, knowing what to do, how to find the zivug, how to be after the fact. Like so many
Or what
relationships
happens when
struggling.
it doesn't work out, by the way. I get a
Yeah,
lot of that too. Like, the level of grief that couples go through if they end up separating or whatever.
or
Because
terrible
it's
divorces.
grieving period. Even Johnny, even a not terrible divorce, even a clean, okay, normal
Divorce.
divorce, it's a
Just
Feels
it's
horrible.
grieving. You grieve the
divorce.
life that you thought you were going to have with this person, and then it didn't work. It's just sad.
May Hashem never test us.
Well, mine is tied down. 10 kids, man. I made sure to
Smart.
tie. I made sure to tie him down.
Lauren, you're a
Ain't
smart.
I mean,
going nowhere.
man.
That child support is gonna
First of all, by the way,
right.
you know what's funny? Like, he's like, thank God, like he knows he caught a good one. Like like
Thank
I'm
God.
loyal to a fall. Like, I'm not, nah,
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere.
By the way, so I feel the same way. Like I'm so loyal to my marriage that I'm like, okay, I can have friends like Melissa or friends
Yeah.
like Lauren,
I
and I'm
know,
like,
but you're not. I don't think that you're going. Okay, so here would be
But
the
you're
difference.
also like a special guy.
No, but
Mel, you always say that.
Johnny, but here's the
Sorry.
difference. Like, you're not gonna go out to
But
like.
you are. You are. You're
No, we
different.
never had that. We've always been friends. Like they've never been
I hear
anything
that, but Johnny, you're not gonna go out to like an intimate romantic dinner with her because that's weird. Do you hear what I'm saying? Because you have boundaries,
worse.
but you think it's weird. There are people that don't think it's weird. I have clients that I'm working with right now, currently, that they're whatever, there's stuff going on, and her husband took out a work colleague to like a fancy dinner in Manhattan because she was sad
Interesting.
and wanted to know why his wife was upset about it. And I said, bro, like, we're working on this. What are you doing? Like, would you be okay if your wife went to a romantic, like a fancy dinner restaurant with her work colleague? You'd flip out. You'd be so angry. So like, you have the boundaries, you have the normal, common, healthy sense, as do I. But some people just weren't raised that way and they don't get it.
Oh.
That's where it becomes a problem. Meaning, could I be friend? Meaning, if I would see you on the street, of course I'm going to say hello to you. But like,
Of course.
or whatever, we have our group chat, fine. But like, I don't know. There's like a boundary there. And it's invisible.
No,
That's the problem. And people, I don't know. Too many people, like, it's getting crossed or
You've
fuzzy.
seen it fall apart too quickly. Like you've seen too many situations
Correct.
where they're just friends and it leads to more.
Meaning, emotional
think-
infidelity is under the umbrella of betrayal. It is very, very it is there. Meaning, for many, many people, emotional infidelity is just as bad as physical infidelity, or is worse. Meaning, if their partner slept with someone and they're like, yeah, it was a one and done, whatever, it's easier for them to get over than an emotional affair where they became friends with this person and shared with this person. It's easier. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And there was no cheating involved.
That's cheating. Emotional infidelity is cheating. It's under the umbrella of betrayal.
I would be
Wow.
more upset about the physical. I don't know.
I'm upset about
Personally.
both. My husband is tied down. He is aware.
No, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. We never be tested.
This is so interesting. I wish we could keep talking.
Yeah, I have a patient now. But
Oh, we can?
we can do it
Okay.
again.
We can do it
Yeah,
again.
let's do it again.
Guys, you're awesome.
Guys,
Okay,
let's
Mel,
go for
send it
club.
to me. But when you post it, just
Yeah.
tag me and I'll post it also.
Okay.
Yeah, guys, you're awesome. Great things to come.
Thank you so much, guys. It was so nice.
My
Have a good one.
pleasure. Bye, guys.
All right, talk to you. Bye.